Hi, welcome you guys. Yes, I've got this sweet boy. You may notice if you've been showing up the last few weeks, the colors are different. That literally, Spirit was like, yeah, you gotta change the colors. You gotta change it up. So here we are, changing up the color. This blue sort of tone. I was moving through it and I was like, what is it? What's it gonna be? So you may be feeling this sort of intuitive energy, the deepening into the throat chakra. Also, I'm seeing third eye, so these colors are representing that. Now, I have a couple threads that have been popping up for this reading, and I'm excited to dive in. It feels very different. I just want to name, like, the energy feels very different. This might be reaching different people. This might be your first time here landing on this reading now, or even meeting me. Hi, I'm Izzy. I go by 8th House Mercury here because I tell real, raw, honest truth. And I'm here to deliver that to you today. Now, the sort of threads that were coming through, throat chakra stuff, interesting. Interesting. Is I was sitting outside watching the sunset, and Spirit just showed me in my mind's eye like an egg cracking open. Like there's this sort of cracking open that's happening. But there was also another thread that they brought in, and it had to do with where'd it go? Like softening. Like there's and now they're bringing me to understanding like how like birds hatch. They just do. Like they just know when the timing is right, when all the elements are aligned, everything is like connected to. Whoa, yeah, this energy is going to get deep really quick. I already feel it. I'm going to say use your discernment as always. We're going to be doing some book divination to open up this reading besides those threads. Yeah, something about like not having to force the emergence of this energy, that it's going to happen naturally. Okay. Okay. Book divination. This is one of my favorite books. This is Consolations, the solace and nourishment and underlying meaning of everyday words by David White. Okay. Here. Genius. Oh, yes. 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 Oh, okay. We're going to do some reading here. Genius is, by its original definition, something we already possess. Genius is best understood in its foundational and ancient sense, describing the specific underlying quality of a given place, as the Latin genius loci is the spirit of a place. It describes a form of meeting, of air and land and trees, perhaps hillside, a cliff, an edge, a flowing stream, or a bridge across a river. It is the conversation of elements that make a place incarnate, fully itself. It is the breeze on our skin, the particular freshness and odors of the water or the mountain or the sky given actual geographical realm. You could go to many other places in the world with a cliff edge, a stream, a bridge, but it would not have the particular spirit or characteristic, the ambient or climate of this particular meeting place. This is very interesting. This video is going to be shared the day of the lunar eclipse, and I just finished writing my newsletter for that, and so I'll have it linked down below if you feel that desire to read what I wrote about this lunar eclipse. But I literally brought up the meeting of land and sea and like the energy of how spaces interact with each other. Okay, we're going to keep reading. I feel like some people need to this might not be for some people. They're like, what is this girl doing? Like, It's fine. By virtue of its latitudes and longitudes, its prevailing winds, the aroma and the color of vegetation, the way a certain angle of the sun catches in its cool early morning, it is a unique confluence existing nowhere else on earth. If the genius of place is the meeting place of all elements that make it up, then, in the same way, human genius lies in the geography of the body and its conversation with the world. This is relating to the Sabian symbol of 4 degrees of Virgo, relating to this lunar eclipse in Pisces. This is so fucking delicious. I love when the divination matches the astrology. The human body constitutes a live geography, as does the spirit and the identity that abides within it. To live one's genius might be to dwell easily at the crossing point where the elements of our life and our inheritance join and make meeting. We might think ourselves as each like a created geography, a confluence of inherited flows. Each one of us has a unique signature inherited from our ancestors, our landscape, our language, and alongside it, a half-hidden geography of life as it has been lived, memories, hurts, triumphs, and stories that have not been fully told. Each one of us is also changing seasonal weather front, is a changing seasonal weather front. That which blows through us is made up not only of the gifts and heartbreaks of our own growing, but also our ancestors and the stories consciously and unconsciously passed to us about their lives. To live our genius is to live the conversation between our particular inherited body and the body of the world from which we seem to have been made. Genius might not be a fixed platform where we can arrive solely through accomplishment. It is more likely the ability to live and breathe at the place of our particular individual physical body meets the other bodies of the world, corporeal and elemental, a body breathed over by wind, shaken by the interior tremors, and washed away and rearranged by periodic floods. It has its own hard-won language, and it attempts to order the unorderable. I love this. Some of y'all are like, what is happening here? It also must follow the seasons, its form of happiness, its particular necessary griefs. It intuits a particular future for itself, but is made in conversation with other futures. Genius is both a specific gift and a possibility that not has yet occurred. It is not a fixed internal commodity to be exploited and brought to the surface, but a conversation to be followed, deepened, understood, and celebrated. Genius is the meeting between inheritance and horizon, between between what has been told and what has been told and what can be told and what has to be told, between our practical abilities and our relationship to the gravitational mystery that pulls us on. Our genius is to understand and stand beneath the set of stars present at our birth, and from that place to seek the hidden single star over the night horizon we did not know that we were following. This couldn't have been a better initiation into this reading, because even as I sat in this space, I was like, no, this is very different. This energy is very different. I feel like I'm hearing like a birth of a star, a birth of new energy, right? But again, it's a birth of like a new inhabitants within your being. But there's not this like forcing, like they're showing me like building things, like I'm seeing like Lincoln Logs. They're like, it's not like that. You just are being. And there is a natural emergence. I heard like a wellspring from within. Okay. We're going to roll the Astro dice to deepen into this energy. But it's like, and now I'm hearing like divine convergence. Divine convergence. Okay. I had to write that down because that just felt very profound. Divine convergence. Okay, tell me more about this, Spirit. We have the South Node in Cancer in the 7th house, which leads us into the North Node in Capricorn in the 1st house. This is very interesting, very cardinal energy. There's this intersection that is coming up, right? Because in astrology, for those of you who are unaware, I'm a professional astrologer. I'm an evolutionary astrologer. It's a little bit different. I have 7 readings open for the month of September, by the way, if you feel that desire. Within astrology, the North and South nodes aren't, people will say they're your destiny, but they work together, right? It's like a half of a whole. Like you have to have both parts in order to see the full breadth of the picture. So the South Node speaks to the things in which we are deeply familiar, like that's like imprinted in us. So there is this delicacy and understanding of how we use that to grow into the seventh house, the North Node energy, right? The thing that is calling our spirit forward, which it's that single star over the night horizon that we did not know that we were following. That is that North Node. And it's sort of something that pulls us from our comfort zone, but we're able to take the lessons from the South Node. And so what is coming up here within this reading is there's this deep familiar terrain for being the nurturer, right? Oh my gosh. And this energy is so cool because it's almost like you have been the sort of person who has shown up for everybody else and you've nurtured them. You've brought them everything they could possibly need for them to grow and evolve into the next version of themselves. Like I'm literally seeing like a hatchery in my mind's eye. Like you've been like the bird that's been sitting on all the eggs. Like you've been this sort of being, and more maternal texture with Cancer here. But for a good chunk of you, this has been through one-to-one dynamics, whether that's relationships, friendships. You've always been somebody who's like, you kind of go, I'm seeing like Velcro, like you come together with a certain individual and you're just like, like a person, and you're like, let me pour into you because I love you so much. And it is from this very authentic place. Like you just are really nurturing and giving and loving. And now I'm seeing the Velcro rip apart, right? There's sort of this texture and feeling around, why am I nurturing people? Because there now is like this crunchiness of like people being like, not appreciating what you're giving, or twisting it. Like there's some sort of like, whoa. You know what's coming to mind is Wicked for Good, the second Wicked movie. I just recently watched that for the first time, where it's like everybody is kind of like seeing your actual good-natured intentions as something actually completely wrong. And so I'm getting this like, whoa, okay, stepping back. And there's been this reconfiguration because now I'm seeing you're actually getting the opportunity to tend to the egg that is you, this new identity. And so you've kind of like, I'm seeing like somebody laying in a nest, like curled up, and just like laying there and resting. It's making me think of a very specific card from the Sacred Rebels desk, interesting deck, where, interesting I said desk because there's now I'm seeing like a strategy table. Interesting. We'll follow that thread if it comes back up. But that deck, there's this card where she's like curled up and it's like resting, something about like sacred restoration happening as well. And like you've been in this like, it's very beautiful what I'm seeing, because I'm literally seeing this nest and like your current version of yourself laying in it. But then I see like your higher self and your team like energetically just pouring into this next iteration of you, like an energetic umbilical cord. Like you are connected like to God source. Like you are so connected to this like and it all is happening in this wild divine timing, right? This divine convergence that's happening where everything with this genius energy is coming together for you to be reborn. And so the pivot point is this North Node in Capricorn in the first house. And it's actually really like I heard like a reconstructing of your identity and leaning into this Capricorn energy. Now, Capricorn connecting to this genius energy, and some of the threads I wrote about the lunar eclipse is Capricorn's a sea goat. And so the beautiful thing about Capricorn being the last earth sign is its ability to traverse land and sea. So the deep intuitive waters and also the physical terrain of reality. So Capricorn gets a weird rep, but Capricorn, the beautiful energy, if you are a Capricorn rising, love you guys. You understand the law of karma. And I feel like that is the thing that you're understanding, because you kept giving and giving and giving away, instead of like having very firm boundaries and firm, like a firm foundation. So your soul is really about to step into a deeper leadership role. It's like moving from the maternal energy into the paternal energy, where it's like, I knew you were capable of this all along, is kind of what I'm hearing. All right. I'm using my personal deck. This is a deck that I made myself just through images and books. Okay. With this emerging, oof, love it. We have the Buffalo card. This to me represents, so the beautiful thing about Buffalo is they have this deep intuitive nature to run into the storm instead of away, because they know the quickest way is through. And I feel like this is a deep affirmation for this sort of I feel like you felt this storm coming. Like you felt this storm coming, and you like have been ready for it. And you've got everything in order. It's very interesting. Can we deepen into this? I just want to thank you all for being here also. Like this, as I'm in this, like it's been such a beautiful journey these last few weeks of like reading consistently with you guys. And is something that I look forward to continuing to do. This is totally the energy. It's like, what's beautiful is I don't feel that it's like this scary storm that's coming in. It's the storm of you. Like you are the storm that's coming in. Like this next version of you is like sweeping in with potency, and I heard like vengeance. Like there's sort of like a it's time now. And this card, you see two figures standing in a sand labyrinth together. And I always imagine this card to be like you meeting you. It's sort of like this handoff, like this like coming together of parts of you. And I've always imagined this card to be like your present self and then your higher self. So what knowledge can the higher self bring in here? We're going to switch to my alchemy deck. Higher self, inviting you in to pass on knowledge as this sort of emergence is happening. Again, they keep showing me the like Starborn card in the Archetypes deck by Kim Kranz. Like I keep seeing this like egg. Oh, wow. Would you look at that? We have coagulation and Neptune. See how that looks like a nest almost? Your higher self is, oh, my leg hair's standing up. And I changed the colors again, very much so this energy. Your higher self is really inviting you into, it's like a trance state is kind of this energy, but it's, you've probably felt like you've been in a trance state for a bit. Here's this card. Succus Lunari. I have a guided vision journey on this card specifically. So there is definitely an invitation here to if you feel the call, I'll link it down below. And for those of you who have been doing my guided vision journeys, how they going? I love it. I've seen a couple of you guys grab them, and it makes me happy because those are things that I enjoy doing and guiding, and have felt the call to create some more. So anyways, your higher self really wants you to, I heard like, to whom do you belong? Where do you belong? Again, connecting to this genius energy. Like there really is this like, it's kind of like everything is getting really loud at once. And that's kind of like your breaking point. And what I'm seeing is like, I'm seeing somebody in a city. Like some of you guys might be living in cities where you're just like, I can't be in these spaces. Like the noise and the chaos is just too much. And it could be like people around you, environments that you're, again, like the genius, like the special interaction of the horizon, right? Of like being in relationship with your environment. And there's a lot of untangling that has to happen, but it's not active like you're grabbing the threads and untangling. It's like a witnessing of the energy. It's like this profound respect that I'm seeing where it's almost like, wow, like I'm seeing you standing like in a very like overwhelming space, whatever that is for you. And then I'm seeing your like, it's like actual like dissociation is kind of what I'm seeing, but I'm seeing it from a more mindful space, right? I'm seeing your spirit almost dissociating from your body and observing, and you're able to see these like emotional threads, which really leads into this Succus Lunari card, which speaks about the subterranean water within everything. I'm gonna actually read this card to you guys, and if it does resonate, I feel that some of you guys would really enjoy the guided vision journey I did for this. This is Nocturnal, Sacred Water of the Unconscious. Succus lunaria is an ancient substance said to be born of water, plant, and moonlight. This elixir develops in the depth of night and is thus a metaphor for the wellspring. Didn't I say a wellspring, guys? Wellspring of the unconscious. When this alchemical magic is afoot, it's about dreams. I was going to say that with the Neptune card. I was like, a lot of this is happening in your sleep. Like your higher self is really iterating that like a lot of this is already happening, or like in deep meditative states or states when you're at rest. When you are at rest. Like the other day I just laid outside for like 2 hours doing nothing. And then today I was forced to rest as well. Like I like ate a snack and then I sat on the couch and then suddenly I was asleep on the couch. I was like, "Oh, and now we're sleeping." Okay, continuing about this card. When this alchemical magical is afoot. Okay, let me restart that, guys. When this alchemical magic is afoot, it's about dreams. The answer you are seeking will not come from intellect nor the opinion of others. It will surface from the depths, as rising from the ancient waters of your memory. The work is to rest, restore, and awaken your celestial senses. Do this by pausing, by releasing your grip. The sap of the moon plant signifies you are in deep territory of destiny and imagination. This is a mythic moment. The dream is waiting to show itself, but awaits your sincere invitation. Ask and rest, all will be revealed. I'm going to say my invitation for you guys is tonight, after seeing this video, like whenever you're watching it, ask your guides a specific question or ask for whatever you're desiring to know before you go to sleep, because the answers are going to come to you in your dream, and your higher self is like, I heard like waiting at the gates for permission from you. Okay. Beautiful. Yeah, I heard all will be revealed. All will be revealed. Okay, we're going to switch to, oh, interesting. I just noticed one card was left from the alchemy deck beneath this one, and it's Pluto. There's a massive transformation that is coming through. Can we give, okay, I'm talking to your higher self here. I would love to bring in some deeper, like some supportive threads as they move through the integration of this knowledge, right? Okay, well, we have the underworld and the starborn. And then we have the unseen and the judge. Wow. So this is very interesting because I just finished a fantasy book today. I don't remember the title. It was good, but it's based in Norse beliefs, which was really beautiful to read. And the main character went down, I don't know how to pronounce the tree's name. It's spelled with like a Y and a couple G's. I can't I'm okay, I'm going to look it up. Interruptions, and normally I don't edit videos, but I had to cut something out because I got a phone call and the number showed, and I don't want that person's number, it's my brother, to be on the internet. So, yeah, so I had to cut some things out, which is rare for me to do. But the tree of life is Yggdrasil. Yggdrasil, am I? Yeah, you guys can correct me down below. But the main character from this book. Whoa, I totally got derailed. Okay. Okay, connecting back to this space, this channel. Okay. She went down to the realm of Hel. And Hel is one of the goddesses in Norse mythology, daughter of Loki, and it's where she found her power. Now, I'm not going to tell you like what book it was. I don't want to spoil it, but there's something really akin to this experience for you. It's like at the deepest part of your depth and transformation, like the deepest part of your experience, like the depth, like the guts, like the underworld is where you find your power. And so, right, we were connecting this thread of like how to be supported in this transition. It's like just knowing that, like, I heard like this has always been a part of you, and to trust in what you cannot see, because there's a part of you that wants like cold hard facts, like very very tangible facts to prove this, and that's going to be one of the greater tests with this. But you already know, like, and Spirit said it might not just be you that with that, where you're going to be moving in a completely new way after this. And a lot of people are going to be wondering how you got to this different shift in state, in energy, in experience. And it's not something that can be easily communicated with words, right? It's very otherworldly. You are otherworldly. All right, some just last messages. Okay, we're going to shift to, where do you want me to go from here? We're grabbing the, it's funny. I used to have a Jungian deck, but I got rid of it. I was going to say the Carl Jung deck, but this is not. This is the Rumi deck. Interesting. So there might be some thoughts, or you might be moving into a different state of individuation. Truthfully, like this really feels like this greater, like stepping into a new level of consciousness. Yeah. Okay. We've got blessings of Al-Hakim. And I just keep hearing, this is the part of me that you're never gonna ever take away from me. Okay. Blessings of Al-Hakim. The gift of wisdom, the blessing of Al-Hakim, gurgles up from your heart. Her blessing is evoked by life, the laughter of a babe joyfully responding to the playful tickle of a mother's hand. Wisdom can make divine sense of anything, especially of especially of that where logic is blinded. How I revere the blessing of Al-Hakim, of wisdom, for she's precious and welcome to me now and always, dear friend, who brings me such peace. This is a blessing of divine wisdom, and it's being ministered to your soul, watched over by Rumi himself. This is soul medicine. It's a spiritual gift, healing, prophecy, insight, and the capacity to surrender any impatient claim for what you cannot yet have. As you receive this gift, this blessing, which happens at a soul level, your attitude of life becomes more curious, open, and receptive. You no longer have the drive. No, you no longer have to drive the unfoldment of your desires into form. You can rest in assurance that your daily application and effort is enough. So is your surrender. Mental anguish is soothed, and you're able to accept the unfathomable nature of divinity in its expression of life, of itself as life. You become comfortable with the reality that is the price of being closer to the divine is giving up your need to always understand. From this place, an increasing stillness, great activity will flow. You shall become capable of being the surrendered vessel to the guiding divine hand, and truly contribute to the human soul evolving can occur through you. So much will simply emerge, erupt, pulsate, and emanate out of you, and yet you will feel within you are doing nothing at all, even while so much is happening through you. Such a holy paradox shall become your daily experience. If this is not what this reading has already communicated, you guys, you may feel unexpected and you may feel oh my God. You may feel unexpectedly, perhaps, that in some ways your vision for your life and purpose, your divine passion, is clearer than ever before, and in other ways completely unknown to you, a discovery yet to be made. This is as it should be. Wisdom bestows upon us a sane capacity to work with opportunities that are right before us, to release situations and circumstances that have passed, and to allow the future to take its shape according to the ineffable timing of life itself. This card comes as a special guidance for you. If you are uncertain about an issue in your life, be at peace. There's divine healing that can occur most readily in the unknowing. Follow the sacred honoring ritual, and you'll know that all is indeed well, beloved soul. This, you might be craving different people, different interests. Be at peace. Look at the old ways, to the ancient wisdom teachings that run the vein of life, giving love through all tradition. The old wisdom teaches of cycles and timings, of letting go and allowing new life to happen, of the greater intelligence and scheme to life which we must surrender if we are ever to know a moment's peace. I'm going to show you guys the honoring ritual, and you can take a screenshot of it. It's here at the end. Oops. Notice that it says rest. That's like a key thing here, guys, is resting. Okay. I love you all so much. Thank you for allowing me to connect with you guys. And if you wish to work with me, all of my offerings are down below. I'll never reach out first. No, I won't. So with that being said, I'll catch you tomorrow. Bye.